Hi, everybody. How are we doing on the other ones?
I think we're good.
Oh, good. Hey, Sanam.
Satnam, everybody.
Happy Sunday. And welcome to week number 7.
Oi.
Week number 7 already. Yeah. And you know what that means? It means that we are switching up the artist. We like to start our week off with a different artist, with a different rendition of the mantra Guru Guru Wahi Guru Guru Ram Das Guru. The meditation is still the same. We still do it for 31 minutes. But the artist has changed. The artist we chose for this week is Narinjan Kaur. And I'm really, I was waiting for this week because I kind of wanted that for the first week. I love this version so much. It comes from her Aquarian album, and Raj Karam mentioned it last night, and if you weren't with us, he mentioned that it is part of our Aquarian sadhana. So it's a particular sadhana that we do, and this is it's the last, actually, the last meditation or mantra that we do at the end of the Aquarian sadhana. However, this version is 31 minutes. And we only play it for 5 minutes when we do sadhana. It's like the last mantra, and it's only for 5 minutes. This one's for 31, and music to my ears, there is some heavy duty electric guitar in this. It is really spacey and so cool. I don't think I've ever heard it all the way through. I'm not sure why not, but I absolutely love it. And it reminds me of some of the really cool and funky music. When you get into Kundalini Yoga, I'm sure a lot of you out there can attest to this, but I'm talking to the people that are new to it or have never been to a Kundalini Yoga class. There are some tunes that we play from the 70s, especially in White Tantric Yoga, that has a lot of like synthesizer and a lot of electric guitar, very 80s sounding. But you have to understand, when Yogi Bhajan came in the 60s, he came at the end of the 60s and 69, early 70s, and it was the hippie movement, and a lot of that first music was very kind of like, it reminds me of when I was a kid, when the church went folk mass, and all of a sudden it went from Latin to like guitars and tambourines and very hippie music in church. Kind of reminds me of that kind of music. And then all of a sudden, like when Kundalini Yoga, I guess, got some steam after that first generation, and they got into the 80s, it got heavy duty into the synth and the electric guitar. So this reminds me of it, and I love it so much. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I do tonight. So for those who are new, my name is Raj Mantra Singh.
I'm Raj Karam Singh.
Okay. And we've been doing this every night now for 7 weeks.
7 weeks.
7 weeks. And it is our mission, our seva, to do it every night until this crisis ends. And it's a very special mantra and a very special meditation. Meditation brings you right into your heart center, it brings you right into your meditative mind. And the mantra is Guru Guru, Wahi Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. And those who are new, Guru is what brings you from darkness to light, that technology, or we say sometimes the teacher. But Guru is what brings you from darkness to light, from maybe ignorance to enlightenment. Wahi is the wonderment of that, of being brought from darkness to light. Ram Das is simply put the servant of the divine. And I like to think that we all are that servant, and we all are the divine, and we serve each other, the divinity in one another. So you bring that all together into this fantastic mantra, and we say it creates miracles. It creates miracles because it opens the heart to more compassion, more love, and more understanding. And my God, did I need it today. I just want to tell you real quick out there, I went out for the first time in a very long time for a walk because it was a beautiful day, mask up, gloves. Raj Kanam and I walked down to the East Side River, and I was a little perturbed, I have to say. I get that we're inside for a very long time, and I get that it's becoming frustrating, but I treat it like a kriya. Like, we have to keep up, and we have to stay with it. Okay, we didn't come 7 weeks to just blow it now. And I saw some people blowing it today, like nothing is going on. Like completely nothing is going on. I mean, there were plenty of us with masks and gloves and so forth, and keeping our distance. But then there was plenty of people jogging next to one another, sitting in the grass together. I don't know. It just kind of made me feel like it's not a vacation. And I know it's good weather and we should get out and we should get some vitamin D, but be cautious. Be cautious. I saw a father today, and this is what really bothered me. I told Rosh Kadam afterwards, I'm like, we need to like get out there and teach people about masks. He had a mask on. His kids had masks on. They had their bikes. They were all riding bikes. No gloves. Okay, so who knows what they were touching? Who knows where they were? The father, of course, they got off the bike. They wanted some water. He takes his mask off with his hand. Right? He's taking his mask off with his hand, where this could be contaminated. Then he proceeds to wipe his mouth with his hand because it was sweaty from wearing the mask. When there's no glove, and even if there was a glove, you're still touching stuff. And then his little boy was drinking water. He takes the water, drinks the water, contaminated mouth, gives it back to his son. And I was just like, what's the use of the mask and the gloves? I didn't say anything to him, but boy, I kind of wanted to like teach him a little bit. Like the teacher in me wanted to come out and scold him a little bit and say, dude, you gotta learn. It's just not a decoration. So that's just my ranting tonight. And we'll come in, we'll pray for that person, we'll meditate for everybody that are not taking the right precautions. So please, out there, if you just remind everybody, take the right precautions. Okay, that's it. We'll get into the meditation. Oh, I'm going to tune us in. It's my turn to tune in. Okay, so come seated in a position either on the floor or on a chair or on a couch, wherever you're comfortable. If you're seated on the floor, you're in easy pose, cross-legged position. If you're on the chair or the couch, just make sure your feet are on the floor. I don't like socks, so if you're new to it, please take your socks off if there's no medical reason. You want to have the bare feet planted on the floor, okay? And even I'm in bare feet and I'm sitting in easy pose, okay? And close your eyes right away and start to breathe through your nose, long, slow, and deep. Close the eyes, bring awareness right to the root of the nose. That's right between the eyebrows. That's it. And just breathe from there for a moment. Just start to center yourself in. Keeping the awareness between the eyebrows at the root of the nose, also bring it to the navel point, which is right below the belly button, about 2 fingers down from the belly button. So, with your sensations, feel that space there, and as you inhale, just allow that space to open and the belly to soften and fill with air. And then on the exhale, gently bring that navel point back towards the spine. So you're going to have to use a little bit of your muscles there in the abs. So inhale, you let go. Don't use the muscles at all, just let the air fill the belly. Go deep here with the breath. And then exhale, and bringing the navel towards the spine. Good. Keeping the awareness in the middle of the forehead, right at the eyebrows, right there, root of the nose. And draw a map from there down to the navel point. So as you inhale and you fill the belly with air, let that air rise up, open the rib cage up to the collarbones, soften the collarbones, make sure the shoulders are down and back, and just bring awareness to that space between the eyebrows, as if you're looking into your third eye. And now start to exhale. Exhale, slow. If there's a little pin prick in a balloon, that kind of slow, letting the air out slowly. Good. Draw the navel back towards the spine. Set you up for the next inhale. Again, inhale deep, belly softens. Allow the rib cage to open. Allow the air to come up. Collarbones, shoulders down and back. Looking right into the third eye point. And now reverse that. Third eye point, collarbones. Rib cage comes in towards each other, right to the midline of the body. Just move the rib cage in, and then navel back towards the spine. And we'll do that one more time. Really slow here. Inhale. Open everything up. Rib cage, belly, collarbones are wide, shoulders are down and back. Focus is at the third eye. At the top here, Keep the focus at the third eye, but let the air descend down, down, down. Bring the ribs in towards one another to the midline. And lastly, bring the navel back towards the spine. Very good. On the next inhale, deep, bring the hands together to give them a good rub. Keeping the eyes closed, in and up at the third eye. Bring the hands right to the middle of the chest in a prayer pose, palms pressed towards one another. Exhale. Good. We'll tune into the Adi mantra. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo. To the Creator I bow. Gurudev Namo. To the transcended wisdom, to the teacher within, to the great teacher within, I bow. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale deep to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Vibrate the sounds. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deep. Hold at the top. Press the palms. Reach through your spine. Chin and chest out. Stay in your posture. Exhale. Inhale deep again. Open that rib cage, lift the heart center, eyes at the third eye point, hold the breath at the top, press the palms, reach through the spine, chin and chest out. And slowly exhale, bringing the hands down onto your knees, and slowly opening up the eyes. And that was a good breath practice in the beginning. It centers you to come into the space and to get ready to tune in, but it also helps you to be more aware of this space here and the space here. The eyes are at the third eye point, but the space down here and how the breath moves, we were by expanding and opening, you're giving room for the diaphragm. The diaphragm on the inhale descends. And then on the exhale, as everything draws back, the diaphragm lifts on the exhale. So you want to create space for the diaphragm to move, and that's where the sound comes from. We're like a wind instrument. This body, that's how we move. That's how we're animated, through the breath and through control of the breath. So the more you get in control of the breath, and the more you become aware of the breath and more mechanical with it when you do yoga, the more you'll grow this space, and the more you can project the sounds when you meditate and you chant. And keeping the eyes here in and up at the third eye point helps to stimulate the pituitary gland, which is the master gland of the body, regulates all the other glands. And it also is where projection can happen out into your electromagnetic field, into the arc line, into your aura, into the pranic body, into the subtle body, and then into the radiant body, the radiance of you, all around. Space in front of you, behind you, side to side, top and bottom. Okay, so with all that in mind, we'll go into the meditation. Guru Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. For those who are new, 5 of the words of Guru. Very simple to remember. And when you pronounce Guru, when you chant it, it's Guru. So you want to hit the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. And if you're new to it, let it just marinate a little bit. Listen to some repetitions, and I encourage you to jump right in and really love your voice. I'm not saying you have to be the best singer, but this is your sacred sound, and this is your time to vibrate these sounds so you can move through what we call the central channel, the central channel of energy through your body. You really want to vibrate the sounds. You want them to come from the navel point, and you want them to lift and move through you. If you're just coming in for like a healing, you want to listen, that's perfectly okay. You can lie flat on the floor, nothing underneath your head. Bring something underneath your knees or on your tummy, but lie flat or flat on your couch or bed. But if you're going to actively meditate with us, then please meditate with us and chant these sacred sounds. So the hands could be like this if you're going to chant. They could be in Gya Mudra, which is your thumb and your first finger. These fingers are razor sharp. They're together and they're stiff. The back of the hands come onto the knees and you lift the chest. Lift the heart center. Second position is a prayer pose. Right at the middle of the chest at the heart center and pressing the palms. Make it active. Press the palms together and press the thumb knuckles into the sternum. Again, lifting the chest, lifting the heart center. And the third is my favorite, is the left hand on the heart center, the right hand over it, and it's also active because you're pressing a little bit into that heart center. And again, lifting the chest, lift the heart center. Eyes could be shut, but you can also roll them in and up at the third eye point, too. And just keep them there and stare right into the third eye. Okay, so we're going to begin. Come into one of those three, either Gya Mudra, prayer pose, hand over hand, or if you want, you can try all three. So come sitting straight up, straight through the spine, close the eyes, chin, chest out. Chanting Guru Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru Ramdas Guru. Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru Ramdas Guru. Good. Move the navel. Move your sounds. From darkness into light. And see clear right through the third eye. Look inside, find your awareness. Find you and you. Reach through your spine, through the crown of the head to the heavens. That's it. Connect your earth to your heavens. You do it by moving the sounds. Move the sounds to clear the central channel. Vibrate, dissolve the blocks. Clear your path. Light your path for yourself and others. Become the servant of the divine. Serve and elevate yourself. So you can elevate others. Let it clear your path. Feel the vibration within. It's your creation. Wisdom of the Tap into it. Tap into it. That's it. It's your sacredness, your sacred sound. Taking you from darkness to light. Look within with the third eye. That's it. Navel, heart, tongue. Lips, teeth, third eye. Use them all together. Vibrate the sound. neighbors can hear you. Take a deep inhale in, filling the lungs, expanding the belly, holding the breath at the top, bringing awareness to the heart center, calling on the blessings and the miracles of Guru Ram Das. And through your exhale, bless yourself. Inhaling deep again from the belly, through the rib cage. Fill with air, hold the breath at the top. Again, awareness at the heart center. Blessings, miracles, compassion and love and understanding to all your loved ones, all your friends, your neighbors. And through your exhale, sing your blessings. Inhale again, expanding the belly, the rib cage, lift the heart center, bringing awareness to its compassion, love, and understanding, its blessings, and holding in that awareness all the essential workers, all those who are putting themselves in harm's way for us. Hold them in your prayers, your meditation. And through your exhale, sing your blessings. And one last time, a big inhale in, as deep as you can make it, as big as you can make it, lifting the chest, lifting the heart, expanding yourself in all directions. Bringing awareness to the whole earth and everyone on it. And through your exhales, sing your blessings. Inhale. Exhale, and slowly bring your hands down onto your knees, staying inside for a moment with the eyes closed. Again, rooting down through your sit bones, feeling your earth, extending your spine, reaching right through the crown of the head to reach to your heavens. And right in the center of this earth and heaven is the heart. Allowing the heart to be lifted expanded and open to serve the divine in everyone, no matter who they are. Inhale, exhale, and slowly open your eyes. 31 minutes. That went very quick for me. That went very, very fast for me. I was like, oh, that's the end already? Sometimes it happens.
For me
Sometimes
too.
it drags for a while. Sometimes you're like, wow, we've been doing this a long time when you're meditating. But this one really went quick for me. It was like, it was lovely.
Well, you know, I just learned it today.
You just learned it. But that's the thing about a yogi. Whether we flub, you know, sometimes with the keys, whether we get tongue-tied, which I get tongue-tied all the time. When I'm teaching, even now in front of the cameras, I get tongue-tied. It doesn't matter. A yogi stays in its neutral mind and we move through it. We just move through it. It's just a block. And if we get into our heads about it, we're not in the meditation and we're not tuned in. When you tune in, the ego goes out, the mind quiets down, and you listen to the soul. So what if you flub a line? So what if your voice cracks? So what if you don't feel like you're on key? So what if you flub a key on the harmonium? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're in the meditation inside you, and you're moving these sacred sounds, and they're doing the most miraculous job ever. All you need to do is get out of the way. That's all you need to do.
I had a really interesting experience because, of course, you know, I did teach this to myself today. And I have a little cheat sheet here that I was using.
I love a cheat sheet.
That I made, I should say. And I didn't look at it once. I mean, it might have sneaked into my vision, but I wasn't using it at all.
That's awesome.
I felt the mantra, I felt the music, I felt where my hands were supposed to be on the harmonium, and it just kind of went through me, and it just became part of the meditation.
That's the teacher inside. That's Guru. That's the Guru in each and every one. That's what we bow to. We don't bow to a human being. We don't bow to even a deity. We bow to that within us. You know, in Kundalini Yoga we say God and me and God are one. There is no separation. There's not, you know, there's this duality brings us into suffering. You know, I'm here, God's out there.
Mr.
No,
God.
It's all here. It's all within each other, all of us. It's out there and in here, all at the same time. So, bravo. Bravo on that.
So, we have another tradition that we do.
We started it from day one.
From day one, in honor of those who have passed away over the last month and a half. We are chanting a call. Chanting a call is a tradition that we do in the Kundalini Yoga tradition that is a way of, it has many purposes, but the word itself means undying, a call. And it's a way for us to remind souls that have passed away that this is not the end. They don't need to hold on.
That's right.
They don't need to trap themselves in this dimension, in this realm, when there's so much more for them to move on for. And that's what happens. That when we leave our bodies, we have such attachments to this life. You know, depending on where we are in our spiritual growth, we may have very strong attachments to life, very strong attachments to people or things, and it gets us caught in the netting of the Earth's magnetic sphere or field. And in order to help those souls move on, we chant a call.
We chant a call.
And we do it for about 3 to 17 days after a person passes. And because we've had so many people passing, I mean, what are we up to now? It's like
it's
a 250,000 people around the world.
It's horrific.
Just in the last month and a half or 2 months.
Bring that awareness into yourself when we chant of all those souls, all around the world, and anybody that's special to you that might have passed. And when the soul passes this, you know, it's almost abruptly because it's something that came along really quick and all of a sudden they're gone. So that soul, these are the souls that kind of get a little trapped because it's an abrupt death. It's not something that was expected.
It's also something that we chant not just for the souls, but also as a reminder for ourselves.
That's right.
Of our deathlessness.
That's right.
Of the fact that once we shed these mortal coils, these bodies, what's underneath that, what's within us, is a
It's
consciousness that never dies.
It's undying.
And
what you tapped into tonight, that voice, that sound, that current, that vibration.
It's all
that's
part
what
of the same
lives.
thing. It's just we have many words and many ways of describing what all of this is, but what it comes down to is that we each have a consciousness. We each have a soul, and that soul is like a drop of water in an ocean. And when we shed the bodies, it's like the drop going back into the ocean. And it gives us an opportunity to merge back into the source. And maybe we need to come back again because we haven't learned all of our lessons. Yeah. Or maybe we go on to something else.
But you're never separated from the divine, no matter
but that's
where you
the
are.
Thing.
No matter where you are, you're always with the divine.
There's a connection, there's a thread, there's a fabric that ties us that is invisible. But,
that's the light.
You know, there's multitudes of layers of subtlety that are around us that we can't see or sometimes even feel. And it's that it makes up that fabric that connects all of us. So anyway, so let's get to chanting.
Yeah, let's get to chanting.
Sit up straight. It's a short ah and a long call. And bring your palms together at the heart center. Eyes closed, sitting up straight. Chin tucked, heart lifted. Inhale.
Use the strength of your navel.
Inhale, suspend the breath, visualize the souls moving on from the earth. Feel and be aware of your own deathlessness, your own divinity, your own infinity. Exhale, keep the hands where they are. We'll close with 3 long sat nods. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Heal the world. Hail, hail, Guru Ram Das, heal the world. Hail, hail, Guru Ram Das, heal the world. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My Guru.
My Guru. Satnam. So, I love this track. This very good friend of ours just came out.
Live Avtar Kar.
Yeah. Shout out to Live Avtar Kar. This is a beautiful, what's the name of her, what is the name of it?
Hara
It's just-
Hara Hara
no,
Hara
it's-
Govinda.
No, but it's, oh, that's the name of the track? Is it an album as well?
It will be.
Oh, will be an album.
She's working on it.
Okay, so this is just a single.
This is the first.
So
single.
can they get this on iTunes?
It's available on iTunes.
iTunes, and it's Hara
I think
Govinda.
all the major platforms have it.
Well, if you're interested, you can comment to us and ask us, and we'll send you it out. Okay, are we
Yeah, I think
saying
that's,
goodnight?
I think that's pretty much it. What do
Okay.
we have going on this week?
We'll be back
classes.
tomorrow.
We'll be back tomorrow.
I teach on Tuesdays and Fridays at KundaliniYogiEast.com. We teach there on Fridays.
Yes.
And
6:15
that's about it for right now. I can't think because I'm still blissed out from the meditation. But my hopes always is always this, that you had a very peaceful night with us, brought a little of the anxiety down, maybe a little bit of the fear, and you're more relaxed to have a very restful night and a good night's sleep. So with that, love you, God bless you, have a great night.
Sadnam.
Sadnam. See you tomorrow.
Love you. Be well and safe.